sweat. That sounds good. And so, as an all-rounder, how do you think you can best apply your services to the job?
Well, here's the thing, man. I really pride myself in taking a holistic approach. Hey. So I pride myself in taking a holistic approach of learning everything in front of and behind the camera. So it just depends on what the vision of the art is, and where I can donate some time and be of service to them. I'll be more than happy to step in where they feel it would be most important. But if you want to talk about acting, I've been in some things. If you want to talk about like voiceover, it sounds like I can speak to that, or the filmmaking process in the business. I'm one of the few people that did the rather talented. I used my own money to make my own film, and study distribution, went all around the world, and kind of built it from the ground up. So, probably that way.
That sounds amazing. Good. That's outstanding. And the last is the why. Why do you do what you do?
The why I want to do what I want to do is I feel not only do I want to tell stories, my why is I want to tell stories on a big platform and have an amazing time with my friends and build community and leave the world better than I left it. That's my why. So yeah, and I think especially right now, being in the climate that we are in, I guess I'm a little bit older than these people, but we are the next generation storyteller. And me, the things that have been in place for a very long time are rapidly changing. So there needs to be a litmus test of how to survive this landscape. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of Renaissance people and people who do a lot of things well that are going to not only test the market, but prove the market and then sustain it. Thank you.
Okay, let's wrap it. Everybody give a round of applause.
I would say, please check out my film. It is on Tubi. It's on all the platforms, but Tubi pays the most, so please check it out. It's called Get the Girl. Get the Girl on Tubi. Get the Girl on Tubi. And Blanket, JoeBlanket.com. That's my graphic novel that we're working on with Garrett Ward from Avatar. It's an amazing thing. Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
All right.
Wait, you gotta tell your name too. You're the girl. Oh, we're gonna flip. Oh, okay, sweet. All right.
Just set it on tier. I got you.
You're gonna be after the interview. You're gonna be the interview.
So I'm interviewing you, right?
Yeah, let's do that. Oh no. I'm trying to figure out what is the most organic way to make it happen. I think you got it.
Okay,
because I want you to do
hot
it.
Okay.
Chris, we'll get you back, man. You might not be last, but you will be in there. Okay. Camera's rolling.
Okay. You got a slate or we're good? Okay. Okay. Hey everybody, my name is Christian Alex. I'm with an amazing actress, filmmaker, and playwright. What is your name? Okay. Now I know Giovanni. No, it's okay.
Gio is good, yeah. Gio is how everybody knows.
Okay. Now I know Gio. She's very near and dear to my heart. Tell me a little bit about yourself for those of you who don't know how amazing you are. Please let us know who you are and what your game is.
Thank you. Well, nice to meet you, everybody. Like I said, I'm Gio, and I'm from Brazil. I've been living in Los Angeles for 8 years. I'm an actor, voiceover actor, performer, a theater nerd, and mostly I would like you guys to know about my new project, which is called Border Body. It's a theater performance. And I think it has everything to do with what the proposal of this day is, which is to help especially immigrants like myself to live, thrive, and win in a country like the United States, full of opportunities, but they not always have opportunities or equal opportunities for our communities. So yeah, I would like to, I guess, show it and mentor and help people to do the same.
So as an artiste and a creator, you have created some amazing opportunity for yourself. Is there any advice for somebody looking to do what you do? Maybe they're aspiring playwright, or maybe they want to put their own play up overseas. Like, How did you go about doing that, and what advice would you have for them?
Well, I can share what happened to me. This came as a little bit of a crisis where I almost gave up everything. I was like very unhappy. And then through the help of friends, I called my director, whose name is João Fábio Cabral. He's based in Lisbon, Portugal. And he's a friend of mine. And then cut to 3 weeks later, we had a play written, collaborative. We both kind of wrote it together. And I had no answers, to be honest. But I made one promise to myself, which is to do it, to just get the ball rolling. And I promised myself that everything that I didn't know, I was gonna know as I went and as I actually get to do it. So I did it in a little bit of a tour in Spain, Barcelona, Madrid, and now I want to show it to the world. And I think, just like I did it with like very little, everybody can also do it.
So, I mean, I guess that brings us to a very important mantra that's not only, relevant here on the Dakar Foundation, but, we see this over at HartBeat Studios all the time. We're at HartBeat. So, it's an incredible amount of work that you had to do. Writing, producing your own play in a foreign language. So, I guess we always bring it back to what is your why? What keeps you driving, and what keeps you working those crazy hours? You want to explain that to us? What you want?
I think love, right? I think I can recognize myself as an artist because my soul is of an artist, and many times I second guess this. I doubt myself. I have those feelings of I'm not enough. I want to give up. This is too difficult. But at the same time, there is nothing that I love the most but doing this, but being on stage, but being in front of a camera, or just like creating art and moving the world and moving people's hearts with it. I think that once we get to do what we love, money cannot never buy it. It's like the place that fulfills me the most. And I feel like it's important to tell these stories. Like Border Body talks about the challenges of being an LGBTQ plus immigrant woman living in the United States and getting to be an artist. It's kind of like what we challenge, what we face, the challenges that these communities face here, not only here in the United States, but also in the whole world. And I believe that it's important to do this because this way I can help other immigrants and also other people overall to get to do the same and to just tell them that it's possible to live, by your dreams.
That's very topical. So to sum it up, if there was one thing that you could do before your time is up, what would it be? And then how could we find you and how can we support you?
So we are trying to bring the show to Los Angeles. We did a little tour in Europe, and we're trying to properly, fund it, get collaborators, and then to just again to do phase 2, which is to keep getting the ball rolling and then show the play to as many cities as possible. And you guys can also find us on Instagram. We have a page called Border Body _theater performance. And you can see our posts, little short movies, and it's also like live performances with random people on the streets of Barcelona and Madrid. And it was a cool experience too.
Well, you've been an exceptional guest. I'm Christian Alex. This is
Gio Quinto.
Everybody give it up for Gio Quinto.
Who is next up for being interviewed?
This actually works.
What?
Yeah, you asked me.
Yes.
I need to get my.
Okay, who's next up in the hot seat? Okay, Aaron. Okay. And again, you guys are doing great because I haven't given you any instructions, but about 2 to 3 minutes so that we can kind of make this lightning round. Good. Thank you.
Hi, I'm
Oh, yeah.
Waiting for the camera. Am I rolling?
All right. Hello, I'm Giovanna Quinto, and I'm here with.
Aaron Davis.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and why are you here?
I'm here to learn more experiences for filmmaking. Specifically, I love being behind the camera. I love being on camera. I do content creating. I do YouTube. I do YouTube. I do TikTok. I do pretty much anything you can think of when it does come to content creation, especially streaming. I do videography for sports. I do photography for sport, and I also produce music. I do, I'm pretty much everything. You know what I mean when it comes to the industry.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's very, very good to have a lot of talents, especially, in a city like Los Angeles. So tell us specifically, do you have a project or like one of those kind of talents that you want to mainly develop right now and show to us, to the world?
Most definitely my sports film, only due to the fact that I do love, my main sport that I do film is football. I used to play football, and that's that right there. I just love filming it. Not even just that, you go to a game to film it and all types of stuff. And then not even just sports filming, but also YouTube. I want to grow and build a community for my YouTube channel. And TikTok, I'm currently at 33,000 followers, so I'm trying to build a bigger community for that as well, and then bring literally just bring all that to my streaming platform.
It's amazing. And then I think to end this, do you have a favorite one of those talents, or also like a favorite theme or goal in order to support your community? Like focusing, what would you say is your focus in your streaming platforms?
Just to continue, like I said, just to continue growing it and building that community. Only because building that community will do so much wonders for the near future and get me a bigger audience and more things to interact with. Just like the one streamer passing that, he's literally in every commercial you can see. He's been with Kevin Hart as if we're at Kevin Hart studios right now. Who knows when he'll be here? So it's just like I really just want to put my name out there and get my work. I want to show people what my work can really do and how much it can be appreciated and how and just let everybody know who I can work with.
That's amazing. And where can we find you? Like, what are your platforms?
My everything is just Aaron. It would be spelled JXST and then AARON. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, even Facebook, even though I don't use it, but it's on there as well. So it's literally like it's all just gonna be the same thing from there on out. And then for filmmaking, you will find me on Instagram and TikTok as Davis Clicks and Film.
Cool. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay, you guys don't move because this is one of the things I want to focus on. I need to know not just your affiliation with Dakar in the future, but where you came from. So, Aaron, in your case, tell us what high school you're going to.
So currently I am at Saugus, but where I am from, I'm from the DMV. I'm from DC. I also lived in Maryland for a little bit as well. I went to a school called Seneca Valley over there. It was located in Germantown, and now I'm in California. I go to a school called Saugus in Santa Cruz.
Okay, you're graduating this spring.
I do graduate this.
At your age?
I am 18.
Okay, great. Give it up for Aaron. Okay, so next, Aaron, you're going to interview. And who's next up?
Can you put those two chairs a little forward?
So who's next? Okay.
Yeah, I got nothing on. I'm ready to go.
Hold up, you guys. Just hold up for a second.
Once you get my you must stop seeing it gets so tense. That's a problem. They'll go out.
Yeah.
God, you you. So
Yeah.
you can't.
Yep. No, it's rolling, right? No, it's rolling.
Yeah. Is that hooked up to the monitor?
This one here?
Yes.
No. This is just for this.
Okay. Okay, guys. Just wait for him to say camera rolling.
Camera rolling. Go for it.
Hi, I'm Aaron Davis, and today we're here with another one of the content makers. Please state your name, your age, and where you're from.
My name is Makari Dorsey. I am from Los Angeles, California, specifically Van Nuys. I am 21 years old, and my main focus is art, and that is more or less fine art, painting, watercolor, digital creations, all the sort. And I'm a super big creative. One of the things that I focus on, like for my why, is specifically my family and what who I grew up around. So that means like media, movies, music, all the things of the sort. I try to have really big inspiration and incorporate all those type of things in the things that I create, because I know for a fact that a lot of people in my age range and just around me are very highly influenced by the same things I am. So I try to translate that into pieces so I can actually resonate with people. I want people to take what I make and more or less be independent thinkers. The community that I'm trying to build, more or less what he was on, is TikTok, everything. I'm on it all. And that's what I am. And that's what I try to be every single day. I try to get better every single day. And that's what I push out there to the world. That's what I want to promote. That's my why. And as far as like what my favorite like things are, like the things that I make, it would mainly be my pieces involving me. It's really crazy to say that too, but a lot of the things that resonate with people are the things that honestly involve me and my mental health and what I go through, because a lot of the time people don't really have a good way of putting that out to the world, right? All it is pain, and we're trying to figure out a way to translate it into something positive. So that's like my message. That's
Okay.
pretty much
Okay.
what I'm going for.
So another question: what does bring you to Dark Art Studios?
What brings me here is the amount of people my age,
Mhm.
being around all these like-minded individuals, people like you, people like who. I'm so sorry, I forget her name. Gio.
Okay.
Right. I want to surround myself with people like this because, quite frankly, what a lot of us have experienced when it comes to COVID and when it comes to just not being able to express ourselves is life-changing. Not many people our age even recognize what they're going through. And a lot of people won't recognize it until they're 30. And that's more or less what I'm trying to like push out there, right?
Okay.
And not many people really even recognize that our age. So that's mainly like what brings me here, right? It is the community and it is the people, it is the mindset. And I want to be around that more often. I want to foster it better. I want to create things that no one's ever seen before.
Okay. Okay. Really do truly like. I like his answers a lot. You know, he's most definitely right about us being in a more positive mindset. Not a lot of people are in that, especially like you said, due to COVID. But your answers were really, as most people say, valid. They were valid, valid reasonings, and you look like, in what it sounds like, is you really want to thrive for this. Like you're really trying to push your name out there, just as I am, and you're really trying to thrive to get your name out there.
Oh yeah.
So I love your answers, man. It was, I didn't really have to ask that many questions, but you basically gave us a hint of why you're here and what you're trying to do to proceed and succeed in life.
Oh yeah.
So that was great. That was great. I enjoyed that, and we'll hit you on the next interview.
Oh, one more thing too. Every day we try and be better. Every single day. That's like my main mantra that I live by. Even though I don't do it and commit to it every single day, that is my main thing. Every single day, I am making something and making a better version of myself every day in any aspect.
That's all we can do.
Oh yeah.
That's all we can do. But all right, y'all. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next interview. So now you're asking.
Sorry, you're going to be interviewing.
Okay.
And just so you know, oh, okay.
Appreciate
Can we bring her on now? Yeah, I want to have somebody from our community of partners let us know a little bit about them.
Let's make sure that they're ready.
Oh,
So maybe we can queue them up for after the next one.
okay.
We'll let them know after the next one.
So let me
I like the framing and composition. Yeah.
So who's next? Who's next for the interview? So okay, so Giovanni, you go next, and then I'm gonna have we're gonna flip the script and have people have customized interviews.
Oh, what's going on? Makari. What's your name? Gio? Giovanni. Nice to meet you. I don't know that many Giovannis, I'm gonna be honest. Oh yeah, that's that Brazilian for you right there. Trying to be low to the ground, stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, hell yes.
You going to school?
I go to school right now at Pierce.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, it's cool. Honestly, I'm making sure that I'm not wasting my time there. Yeah. I joined late though, so I'm already 21 and I am in my first year. Oh shit.
I'm getting you.
Hell yeah, shit. I'm doing you well, bro. It's all about taking care of yourself at a certain point, huh?
Yeah.
This is really smart.
I was good all year long. Nothing really nonsense.
It's like, damn, 40 really did this to me. She got me scared. Damn, it's like that.
Yeah.
You gotta stop eating the fucking nuggets and pizza pockets. Too fast.
We'll switch out.
Shit.
Card, you're gonna introduce you.
Okay.
Just for foods.
Separate? Okay. Okay. Hello, my name is Makari Dorsey, and today we are here with.
Giovanni Perez.
Nice to meet you, Giovanni Perez. I want to ask you a few questions. So, who are you, and what do you do?
Yeah. So, best way I like to describe myself is I'm this kid from East LA who grew up many years ago. Understood the community I was in, the situation that my family had. And when I hit high school, I just decided to join the Marine Corps. It was in the height of 9/11 and everything. I just decided I needed some structure in my life. Wasn't really sure where I was going, what I was going to do. So I just decided to do that. Why the Marine Corps? Basically, because everybody told me I couldn't do it. So I did that. I did 8.5 years there in the infantry. Did 3 tours to Iraq. Had a lot of scrapes and bumps and stuff like that during that time. But then it came to a point where those injuries started hurting my affection in the Marine Corps, so I couldn't stay in, so I had to get medically retired. So I was like 25 when I left the Marine Corps. Thought I had a full career in front of me, but I didn't. It was kind of cut short because of my injuries. So when I came back to LA, I just didn't know what to do. I decided to go to school, and I was going to school for I don't know what reason. I was trying to find a career path. I decided to work. I was doing a lot of work in the community, working with homelessness, veteran services, things of that nature, and I've kind of drifted away from school and came back in, and now I'm just finished my undergrad. Got accepted to USC for my master's program, and but really who I am is just that, just this kid from East LA who's trying to figure himself out and excuse me, and figure out what's the next portion of my life.
First of all, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Amazing. I want to then ask is your why?
My why every day, kind of like what you were saying earlier, you got to live your best day forward and got to be the best every day. My why is knowing that not everybody gets this opportunity every day, right? We don't all get to wake up the next morning. We don't all get to have the luxuries that we have. So I just want to ensure that every day I'm putting that forward. I'm giving my why is my life and my life for everybody else who can't live this.
You seem like an amazing person and pillar in your community. One of the things that I want to ask you is, what is the message that you're trying to push towards your community or towards any youngins that honestly would be able to hear your words?
That's a good question. Yeah, when you think about your community and things of that nature, especially someone who's done what I've done, I never look at myself being a pillar to the community, but I always want to be a representation. Like when I first did the Marine Corps, it was really no one in my family has ever done it. I don't want my little brothers to do this without having firsthand experience, especially what we're going through at the time. So it was really just being a representation of who that is. So that's all I really want to be is for my community is let them know like there is no end. We can always adjust. Time is just time, but you got to make the best out of your time in every experience and every situation you got.
Awesome. Last and final question. If you could give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be? From you now to younger you.
Follow through in everybody you meet. Every connection you meet is someone who's going to be a connection later in your life. If I would have followed through with a lot of my connections, I probably would have a little bit more of a stable, easier transition. But definitely, keep in contact and keep on pushing.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Gio.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to take CJ's going to interview Wyken, and then I think we're going to bring someone from our community partners in from
Does the interviewer get mics?
Yeah, that's the interview one.
Okay. Good job, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
Is it James?
Yes, it is.
Nice
Nice to meet you. I'm gonna get your info in a second.
Sunny white kid.
No, white kid.
That's why I go son. That's why Sunny. White kid.
White kid. You don't look white. I mean, you could be, but I don't know. How's everybody feeling about this so far?
I particularly like the part where I was interviewed.
That was my favorite. I mean, I went first, but I set the standard real high. Star power.
Anybody change the questioning or the format? Any suggestions, questions, comments about it?
Feedback, any feedback based on what we've seen so far, anything we should be doing better, differently, anybody want to switch up the script a little bit, now's the time to just give us any honest feedback. Where this whole event is made possible by us all being here. So if there's anything that we can do to accommodate, anything that you think we should be adding or attributing, this is why we're here. It's so that we as a community can make an impact together. So if you feel like, hey, there's something we could be doing, we're here to listen to you. This is an open and safe space for us all to be open and honest. So if anybody's feeling any type of thing, just have a conversation. You know what I mean? We're all here. Everybody's super nice that I met so far. If I haven't met you, I hope you're nice. You know what I mean? But it's all
He said he's seen you in the room.
Okay, we're gonna have somebody out
yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, it's a good icebreaker. I'll take questions from the audience here. I got you.
They just want it like this is supposed to be our process, right?
Yeah.
And so, like with the interviews that we do, it's basically gonna see where we can be of service. To
Exactly.
Gotcha. So I mean, it's just wondering. Hey, Sonny, just wondering. With that being said, is that why yours is a little bit more custom? Because it's reluctant, pretty much, right? Like, yeah.
This mic test. I just talk about it.
Yeah, we're not projecting sound IVs to prevent from.
Oh,
The feedback, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it is picking up the audio then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, then we're ready to go.
Fire. So, my name is CJ. I'm here interviewing.
Hey, what's up? My name is Wyken Harris. I am a mentor of Kevin Clark. I am a partner and mentor with the Dakar Foundation. I run a lot of our administrative work. It's nice to see a lot of our partners here today. I was on the phone with you guys all this week leading up to this event. Just a little bit about myself and what I do with the Dakar Foundation. I'm on the administrative side, so setting up this event, getting everybody here. Me and Kevin are hand in hand putting together this workforce program and talking to different council members, different government officials, and making sure what we do today is powerful and impactful and something that is worth you guys being here. So first and foremost, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's here today. It's so amazing to see so many young, creative entrepreneurs here today, willing to take their careers to the next level. And yeah, I'll leave it there. That's basically what I do. I'm a grant acquisitionist. I'm a political activist, and real soon I'll be running for office and just getting that going. So it's really cool to see how this is coming together and just being around so many passionate partners that we have here today.
That sounds great, man. You do a lot. I'm grateful to have you here. Grateful to speak to you. May I ask, what inspires you, man?
I think me personally, my true inspiration is teaching. I think mentorship is one of the most powerful things you can give to somebody. It doesn't cost you anything, but it will change your life forever. I went from somebody at 19 who was, so just a little background on myself. I started in the creative industry as a model. I really thought that at 19, I was going to be modeling for the rest of my life. I was like, I'm going to make it big. And then I lost my dad at 19 due to a tragedy. And my dad spent 40 years as a fire captain saving people's lives. So when I lost him, I lost my hero and my world was devastated. So what inspired me in that moment was really to take this tragedy and let it build me into the person and the man that I am today, a better person. Because realistically, what that showed me was the value of relationships, the value of having people within your life, and the value of being a people person and treating people with respect and kindness. And through that struggle and through that adversity, I was able to start my own creative agency. And immediately as I started my business, I realized that I can employ my friends. So my motto since my dad passed was build tables and eat with your friends. So every single day since my dad's passed, I've built so many different tables and I ate with every single one of my friends, like my friend CJ, shout out Torin, shout out Melindu, shout out Santos Concept. These are all people who are part of the St. Rose Agency team, which is my creative agency that I put together through that tragedy. So my inspiration to you guys is just don't give up. Always keep fighting. You know what I mean? Things are going to happen in your life that dissuade you and make you question where you're at. But sometimes God slows you down to let the devil pass. You know what I mean? So patience is a virtue, and just be inspired by that. Be inspired by living and be inspired by the fact that you get to do something that you love every single day. That's true inspiration.
Amen on that, because they say that your backstory dictates if you're a hero or a villain. I'm glad to see that Sonny here he's choosing to be a hero, a true hero. What do you see in leadership qualities to be important? What's important about leadership?
I think what I've learned as a leader over these past 6 years is it's important to actually care about your team. It's important to care about the people you work with, and it's important to always accommodate the people that you're working with, because people have different life circumstances, right? So as the leader of my ship, it's my job to be able to go out there and acquire these jobs, and it's my job to make sure that my people are getting paid for the work that they're doing. So it's a balance. Sometimes I've been in situations where the project has gone wrong and we got half of the rate that we were going to get. And I've taken 0% of that rate and just paid my team their worth, because I understood that as the leader of the ship, it's my job to be getting these jobs. So if I can't do that, I can't expect these people to work for me. So realistic as a leader, it's about holding yourself to the highest standard accountable and doing everything above board. You don't want to work with anybody who's not trying to sign a contract, who's not trying to get you on the books, who's not trying to get you a W-9-2, who's not trying to get some money in your pocket. Like, you can't live off exposure. So when it comes to leadership, it's really about following somebody that you actually can stand behind, and being around the right kind of people and making sure that those people who are leading are doing it for the right reasons.
Amen. That's amazing. And why is teaching others important?
Me personally, the each one teach one model has always been something I've been inspired by. I think it's so important. Just to give you guys a bird's eye view of what I've been doing, my biggest thing that I've learned is that what we do as creatives is from the ether. It comes from nothingness. I can literally turn anything into something. Us being here, having a conversation is content, because there's a camera up right now, because we're recording this. If we were just having a conversation, it's just a conversation. But this right now is archiving footage, a moment that transpired. This in itself is valuable, right? So you as a creative, you have that power within you. If you're a writer, you can write whatever you want. If you're an actor, act your ass off. If you're a photographer, fall in love with photography, but make sure whatever you're passionate about becomes that obsession, because that obsession is what's going to give you the ability to see other people who want to do what you do and say, you know what, rather than charge you an arm and a leg, just because I've been in that spot before, I'm gonna give you some free game. It costs nothing to have a conversation. You know what I mean? So stay away from gurus, stay away from people who are just trying to sell you a course. Align yourself with people in this room right here, like us, who are really just trying to help you out, because I know by helping you, ultimately, we help each other and we change the world.
Amen. They say that the church is the body, not the place. With that being said, what does community mean to you, and like, how is that important?
Community to me means everything. Community is unity. Community is support. Community is the world around us. It's your neighborhood. It's where you grew up. It's your culture. It's your background. Community is DNA. You know what I mean? Community is so important. And I think in today's day and age, with so many people trying to be divisive and trying to tear us apart, community matters more than ever. Community doesn't have a race. Community doesn't have a face. Community doesn't have a background. Community is us right here. That's what community is. It's really people coming together to make a difference and to unify amongst a cohort of different people for positive, impactful change. And that's what the Dakar Foundation is doing every single day.
Amen. It takes a village. What question would you, no, not what question. What advice would you give to your younger self?
The advice that I would give to my younger self is that it's okay to doubt yourself. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to not know where you're going, but it's not okay to not try. You have to try. And if you're scared, do that shit scared, but still do it. Because at the end of the day, that 30 seconds of courage is going to be the difference between you making an opportunity happen and you letting it just pass it by. You have all the courage and strength and everything you need right now to be the creative professional that you want. Stop telling yourself that you don't have that yet. You don't need a new camera. You don't need new gear. The gear that you have right now is the best gear that you can have because you already have it. Start being creative. Start giving yourself. One of the things that I tell a lot of my creative homies, stop chasing other people to give you a job. You are a job. You are a business. Start shooting yourself and creating content that can get you a sponsorship, get you promoted, get you a following, because then you are now commodifying yourself as a content creator. Matt, think of yourself as a business and also as a content creator. Everything you do is content. You know what I mean? As long as you set up a camera, it is content. So just remember that everything you do is valuable, and it's about how you address it. And if you take the time, like we are, to archive it, guess what? Everybody else will see the value. But you yourself are intrinsically valuable just by being the person that you are, because God made you that way. So remember that.
Amen on that. Anything else to add or say?
No, that's pretty much it for me. I don't want to take up too much time. We have a lot of people who are also here equally as amazing, and I don't want to hog the mic up too much. But from the bottom of my heart, like, thank you guys so much for being here. You know, it's been a long while, many conversations between me and Kevin and so many of our partners, and to see everybody here taking it so seriously and really being a part of the moment from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it because it's something we've been working very hard on. To see 30 plus people show up today is amazing, and I appreciate every single one of you being here. I look forward to working with you all very closely within the future on some amazing projects.
I feel the same way, and yeah, let's get it.
I'm gonna put the monitor so that way they can look directly at it.
One, we're gonna put the food behind the kitchen. Food's coming in, so I'm gonna take a couple minutes. Then White is gonna introduce one of our community partners from Tech Lamert. So all this is gonna happen simultaneously. So Paris is in queue right now.
Gotcha. So I'll just stay
online.
here.
But I'm gonna open the doors up here behind the gentleman here. Let's bring in some food. Okay? So it'll be 5 minutes.
That's good, man. We're on beast mode, man. This guy, he keeps on that. That's interview.
Yeah. I want
Actually, no, I'm going to interview.
just yeah. So then if you're to like talking about this,
Just call me. He's going to get
side, but let me. So then I don't know.
I did this nonprofit in LA for South LA. So I would definitely love to maybe see a way to make it this month.
It's yeah. That's so cool. Yeah, maybe I don't know because I'm looking for collaborators. Like, you know, I have no interest of making money. Just
staying here.
Yeah.
Hold up, I need everybody's attention.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so we're gonna bring in a guest from outside, from Tech Lamert. Then we're gonna try to serve up our food, but I want to first see if we can actually introduce Chef Bernard, who is a very important person in our project. So I'm gonna do an online interview, and then Chef Bernard, then we're gonna take a break, eat some food. Okay? So Wyken,
Yes.
so if we get everybody back so that we can actually set up our online interview. Okay, everybody, quiet on the set. Quiet on the set.
All right, are we ready to go? No, we have them coming in line.
Oh,
Ma'am,
we're waiting for you, right?
ma'am, can you unmute yourself? Let's test your audio real quick before we begin.
Mic check, test 1, 2.
We're not getting you through the speaker for a moment. Please test again.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, we got you.
Camera rolling.
Yep, camera rolling.
So we have to.
Yeah, they're virtual. They're on the screen over here.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, so just once. It'll be just one subject on our end. Ready to roll?
And rolling.
Got you. Hey, what's up? My name is Wyken Harris from the Dakar Foundation. Who are we here with today from Technomert?
Hey, everybody, this is Paris McCoy, and I'm the Executive Director of Technomert. I'm so excited to be listening and be a part of this, what's happening today.
Well, Paris, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to have this conversation. Just to start things off, for those of us who aren't familiar with how amazing you are, can you just give us a little bit about what you do with Technomert and some of your day-to-day?
So I'm the Executive Director of Technomert, new, just started in this position with Technomert last September, but it's been an amazing journey thus far. And my day-to-day is really just working on workforce development at the intersection of technology and entertainment, which is our main mission at Technomert. So I'm having conversations, doing things like this, and just being a part of the ecosystem of technologists, creative technologists, and people that are in the entertainment industry.
And can you speak a little bit about the importance of being at that intersection? And realistically, what would that look like for people within your program? What does that look like?
Wow, what does that look like? I think for people that are a part of the Technomert community, which the Dakar Foundation is, so I'm excited for that. But our community is really just focused on upskilling and training, education, professional development in technology and entertainment, and particularly careers that are focused on both. So, like we take a look at the digital economy, the creative economy, all the economies that really affect and benefit how we work as creatives and technologists. And so, we're in the state of California. Our economy for entertainment, for tech, is huge. So we just want to make sure that we're an advocate for Black and brown people in Southern California, Los Angeles, South Central, beyond, to make sure that they have a stake in what these creative economies are.
Thank you for that explanation. It was very powerful. And to also speak on that a little bit, can you tell us why this partnership matters and the importance of us collaborating today?
Wow, the importance of us collaborating today, just from a personal perspective, but then also from the greater community and the team at Technomert. Like I started out as a tinkerer. I was very much so a tinkerer, taking things apart, computers, radios, when I was a young kid. And fast forward, I went to school for film and television at Howard University, and then became a cinematographer, self-taught. So it's always been about like education and looking at like tools at the digital forefront of entertainment, technology, and how technology affects both of these sectors. And so it's always just been, and it's really important for us to continue to send that information on, to continue to upskill everyone at different points in those two sectors. So like if you're a cinematographer, if you're, an audio engineer, we focus on, a lot of different things like in creative tech, from game development, music technology, virtual production, traditional production. And so just having some access to the education to stay on the forefront of what's important in all these professions, to stay on top of like the most cutting edge tools, technology, that's going to help you really be your best in your job or whatever you want to do, to have autonomy over like your how you provide for yourself, how you navigate your career. It's important for us to continue to support the ecosystem, support programs like Dakar, where you're training, you're getting that free. And free is not the word that, there's a lot of value in free training, getting your hands on the tools, getting access, I think that it's important. And so as long as we continue to partner with organizations like Dakar to make sure that there is access to these tools, access to this training that doesn't cost the person that's learning, we're able to equalize. And we're able to democratize these industries that, traditionally do not support or there's not a lot of access. Access is hard. So we're trying to bridge the gap, break down the barriers so that people can get their hands on these things and use them and learn how to use them.
Thank you for that. And also, I just want to follow up. We have a cohort of students here. What would you say to them to inspire them to continue their pursuits, continue to work with organizations like Techno Merc and the Dakar Foundation. What would you say to inspire them to continue that journey?
I would say the one thing that I would say that's inspiration, something that has always driven me and inspired me, is to get your hands on as many things as you can. Like, you're already in the first, the first step is like being here. Wherever you can get your hands on tools, wherever you can learn, wherever you can open up access to your own education, because technology is going to change things and things are changing rapidly. So like, never let something like money or anything like that kind of really get in the way of you learning. Education is your biggest tool. So just keep learning. It's always going to be something to learn, something new to discover, something new to figure out, and something new to innovate. So just keep learning and just keep getting your hands on as much tools and as much education as you can.
Well, thank you so much for this powerful interview. It's been amazing to talk to you again, Paris. Thank you so much for taking time to speak with us on behalf of everybody here. We're so grateful for your partnership, and to have Techno Merc evolve with what we're doing with the Dakar Foundation. Setting up moments like today has been really impactful. Before I wrap up, is there anybody in the audience, any questions for Paris? Anything at all in regards to Techno Merc, who they are, anything like that before we wrap up?
Can we contact them?
We have some people who are interested in contacting you. How can we find you? Where can we find Techno Merc if you're interested in learning more?
Yes, you can go to techlemert.org, and that's TECLEIMERT, like Lemert Park.org. Or you can just email me. It's paris@techlemert.org. And that's TEC, no H, Lemert.org. So just hit me up, guys.
Perfect. Well, we appreciate you so much for this interview. Thank you. Like I said, thank you for taking time out of your day. And I think we're going to end it here, Paris, but appreciate you so much. Thank you again. And the information provided was so wonderful and impactful. And I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity and just to speak with you again.
Absolutely. You guys have a great rest of your day. And it was wonderful listening to all of the
Perfect. Well, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay, so we have one more interview before we eat. Chef Bernard, are you with us? I'm right there. Step on up, sir. This is Chef Bernard. So I don't think you've met Whiteman, but you guys have talked to the phone.
Hey,
yeah, this is Whiteman. Okay, yeah, pick up. Did we need the log here?
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. Right. We're gonna eat some delicious food.
You want me to introduce the show?
No.
Okay.
We guess this one's off and then
Gotcha.
Tell them how we met through the solo fire.
All right, we rolling?
you guys ready?
Yep.
I think you have to pick just a little bit. Just
This in or out?
Yeah, that's a little bit. So we make it perfectly symmetric.
Oh, that's the We good?
Yeah. Camera rolling?
We good?
All right. And we're rolling. Sound. And go.
Hey, it's Wyken Harris from the Dakar Foundation, and who are we here with today?
Chef Bernard, Taste of the Caribbean.
Nice. And Chef Bernard, can you tell the people a little bit about how we came into contact?
Well, I was invited to an event at the Solo, the Beehive. That's how I met this young man, Mr. Clark.
And just to give a little bit more background, I work at the Soul Foundation, one of the largest nonprofits in South Central LA. We had a fire relief event. Chris actually did the Fire Hearts event there. It was absolutely amazing showcase. Kevin was there as well, and that's where we met Chef Bernard. You want to just tell the people a little bit about your background as far as a chef and your history?
I started this in 1995, working for Carnival Cruise Line. They sent me to do a crash course 1 year in Miami, and I continued my journey. I opened the first restaurant in New York in 2007. I opened Corlett NY, and the journey took off from there. And I lost my wife in 2009 to cancer, and I want to change. So I decided to move to LA. I started with 1 food truck, 2 food truck, Brick and Matter. Today I have a Taste of the Caribbean. It's in Hollywood, California. well, in Hollywood, and also have Taste of the Caribbean Long Beach. And the journey keep better and better every single day.
And can you tell us a little bit about the importance of perseverance, especially after, you know, unfortunately losing your wife? How, when you were in that spot, what inspired you, motivated you to make that change? Why was it so important for you in that moment in your life to make that decision?
Well, I had a multiple company in New York, and one thing I could say, New York is, if you make it, you can make it anywhere. Because when I moved to LA, there was a monkey in my back, and when I moved to LA, the monkey disappeared. I don't know where it went, but I came to LA. I'm gonna tell you a true story. I came to LA over $1 million in my pocket, and I lost it in LA. I lost every single thing in LA. Had a house, lose it, and I went down, but I never stayed down. I get up and I said, you know what? I still had the restaurant and I was staying in a motel and nobody knows. It's a true story. My kids was 13-year-old when I moved here. I born a girl, twin. They're 23 years old. And they were staying in one room and I'm staying in another room. I stayed in the motel for 1 year. And I was working, had a restaurant in Hollywood, go to work every day, pay every night, wake up and just keep going to work and keep grinding. And today I'm grinding it out and today I'm better. That's why I was able to do what I do. And I'm doing it better. The only thing you could do when you're down is get up and look up and say, you know what, it's there. And I tell anybody, if you want to be a doctor, you could be a doctor. You just have to put the work in. Remember, everything in life takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. If you want quick money, you could get quick money, but a lot of things come with quick money. Everything in life is timing. Timing is everything.
What do you think is the biggest business lesson that you've learned as far as running your business? What's the biggest thing that you've learned, or the most important thing that you learned as far as running your business?
One thing I could say, finding that person who could be like you, the second Bernard, who could represent you, who could open that door for you and be there for you when you need them. That's it, because you have to find good people who could back you up.
And just bringing it back to the food, as somebody who is a food connoisseur myself, I love food. I'm a foodie. One of the things I hear a lot is that food is a universal language. It transcends boundaries. Is that something you agree with? Do you think food is a universal language, meaning that anybody can enjoy it, no matter if you don't know like the background where it's from?
Yeah, food is an art. And the one thing with food, the most important thing in food, when you're preparing food or doing anything, the love what you put into the food, that's the love you're gonna get back. I'll tell you, if I go to work and I'm feeling sick, I'm not gonna do it. I'm going home back. Anything you're doing, if you're handling money, the way you handle money, you just put in your pocket, wrap it up, put in your pocket. That's the way you're gonna always get money. You can get a little bit, but if you handle it with care, you give it love, a lot of love you're gonna get back. Simple.
Let me ask you this: now that you just said that, do you love what you do?
Love what I do.
That food's gonna be amazing, guys. That's what I wanted to know.
One thing I tell anybody: when you come to my restaurant, if you don't like my food, you throw it on the ground and you could walk out, but you can never come back. The proof is in the pudding. You be the judge.
A plug for your program in May, June for cancer awareness.
So I started a foundation in New York with my wife before she passed. She passed from cancer, lymphoma. So I have a pageant I do in Los Angeles. Last year was the first one, June 1st. So this year is May 31st. We're kicking off Caribbean Heritage Month, Cancer Research Month, and also Cancer Survivor Month.
Where?
At the Beehive or the Solo.
Yeah, the Solo Foundation. That's in South Central, 61st Street. Definitely come out for that one. And just to wrap it up, what would you, for the people that are here in this audience, who are in different stages of their life, especially being younger, what would you say to the younger generation who just hasn't figured it out yet? It doesn't know what they want to do, but has some passions, has some things that they're kind of interested in. What would you say to motivate that person to just take the next step and take that leap of faith and say, hey, I'm going to do this full time, or I'm going to commit to this?
One thing I would say, you have to find your niche. And if you find that niche, go for it. Don't let nobody stop you. They're going to be ups and downs. It's going to be a lot of hurdle. But if you love what you do, it's going to be easy. It's just like going to party. It's easy and simple. Once you love what you do, there's nothing else there. Just go for it. That's all.
Well, thank you so much for this conversation.
Thank you, my brother.
And I'm super grateful for the connection with Sola. I'm really happy for that. Seeing more of these people working with Sola makes my heart happy, especially working there. So thank you for that. And I look forward, man. I think, it's time to eat, man. I don't know
Yeah,
if
you're
you guys,
welcome.
I'm getting hungry. And, he said he loves his job, bro. So this food is going to be amazing. So I hope you guys are hungry. And make sure you guys say a big thank you to Chef Bernard for providing today's meal for us as well.
You're welcome, man.
This is just a little bit of a support message for you guys. I didn't know how many people were coming, so it means that everybody make a small plate, okay? So we have enough to go around. And also, Chef Bernard, tell us who you support in terms of catering in West Hollywood.
Well, I work with Kevin Hart office. I do Harry Irving, I do Kevin Durant. I don't need a mic. Yeah, I got a lot. Jimmy Fox, I do a lot of things, man. Christian Perion, all of them I do.
There you go. Okay, guys, so let's see if we can actually put a single file line. We have some plates that I bought. And Chef, how do you think we best put ourselves together? Ladies first? Or
So let's hit your mom. Ladies first, guys. Come on.
We got, I see you in front of the line. So ladies, you guys can form yourself in a single file line, starting I guess here. Fill in. All right. We're gonna do a quick lunch. We have a lot of food go over. We have to sign up for everything that the life has to get paid and be part of the program. So maybe try to start this.
So no. Yeah.
And it's like,
I gotta watch.
Someone's phone?
Also, you're free moving. I studied in middle school and then I studied. So here I'm only sitting down. It's turning towards me, not towards me. So this special like this. What? Oh, it's fine. That's If you want to get into more depth, you should know the AC. AC. The American we have AC like lighting setups and stuff. This podcast like so you know about I just want to give you a little yeah, so like I was you want to check out
Thank you. Oh, this is tall.
We're gonna live you up also.
Okay.
We're gonna live these two ladies up here.
I don't know why I'm so now she's yeah. Tell me about your experience, what you've done, what you want to do.
Beautiful.
You know what? This heavily it goes down.
So should I say?
Yeah, yeah. See, I don't want it to hit. I mean, it makes noise. Is that a way?
Huh?
Is that a way to put it between the two? Between the jacket and like that. So maybe it's like that.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Rolling. Okay, camera's rolling. Introduce.
Hi, my name is Jenna Griffin, and I am here with
Serenity Starkey.
So Serenity. Please tell us who you are and why you're here.
My name is Serenity Starkey. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Indio, California. Came here to the LA area for college. The reason I'm here today is I want to connect with like-minded individuals and get to know people on the creative side. I love collaborating with creative people. I think it opens up a world and different paths and everything. And I just want to learn more and get my foot in the door.
That sounds great. My next question is, what valuable skills or experience can you bring to whatever position that you would be a part of?
I have experience in a little bit of everything in the field. I've done screenwriting, I've done producing. One of my bigger ones is editing. I've been doing that for about 10 years now, but one of my bigger things I just got into that, I love working with is I'm an emerging media production major over at CSUN. So I've worked with VR, AR, and I've done films with an LED wall while working with Unity.
Okay, and my last question for you is, what are your passions and what drives you to be a filmmaker?
My passions is I want to be able to tell stories and connect with an audience. And, you know, when there is film and everything, people can feel so many different types of emotions. You can be scared, you can be happy, you could be sad. And I think it's a beautiful thing. So that's one of my passions is I want to tell stories and be able to have people feel different emotions with my work.
All right, thank you so much. I'll go on the other side. Yes. All right. Hello, my name is Randy Starkey, and I'm here with the lovely. Hi, Jenna. Let's know a little something about yourself, you know, your background, your age, where you come from, and what you're passionate about.
All right, so my name is Jenna, as I said earlier. I'm originally from Washington State. I moved out to Los Angeles to pursue my education at California State University Northridge. I'm currently about to be a graduating senior this upcoming May, and I am studying screenwriting over at California State University Northridge. And I have many passions along that involve film. I have experience as a production assistant, as an associate producer, but really I am willing to get my hands on anything that I can when it comes to the film industry. I think it is very important to have as much knowledge as possible and to be able to be involved on any aspects of different sets in production companies. I just want to learn everything. I am considering myself as a lifelong learner, and I just think that there's so much that I can learn from other people, and that's what I'm looking for.
Wow, that is amazing. Can you tell us a little more about what drives you every day? What keeps you going? You know, the industry can be hard, but what keeps you going? What keeps you pursuing your passion?
So as I mentioned earlier, I'm currently studying screenwriting, and really what that is just my passion for storytelling and connection. I think that the entertainment industry, specifically through movies and TV shows, there is so much room for connection, and I truly do feel like there's so much of our society that is divided and isolated, but there's one thing that can bring them together, and it is connection and community. I believe not only does everyone have a story, but everybody has a story that needs to be told. And if everyone is willing and able to share those unique aspects of themselves that they believe makes them different, you'll truly find your true community. And from there, we can really make a lot of different change, and that comes with power.
Wow, that was beautiful. Lastly, my question is any advice you would give to someone starting out or just any advice at all?
Something that I'm still currently learning and actively trying to do is get into every space that you possibly can. That's why I'm here, meeting all of you lovely individuals. I want to meet everybody. I want to hear your stories. I want to see how we can work together. I want to see where you've come from, how you got to where you are. You never know where anything can lead you to and who can help you and cheer you on and all those different types of things. So really get into any space you can, talk to every person that you can. And if I haven't met you today yet, I hope I can soon.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, good. If you don't mind, these guys. I want to put those two chairs a little bit right here for the board. Right. So, before you guys leave, we need to have you guys sign up. So this. Okay? There's some people at the league that anything they can do with QR codes, the links get them. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it up on the screen and you can take it. Guys, listen, if you have to leave.
Jenna, can you grab my phone?
Okay?
Okay.
Each. This. Oh, that's it. That's perfect. Good.
Are you interviewing me first? Okay.
All right. Rolling.
All right. Hello, I'm Heidi. I'm here with.
Hi, I'm Giselle Gioza.
Nice to meet you. I want to know, like, who are you and what do you do? What's your background and why are you here?
So basically, I grew up just making a bunch of art, like drawings and stuff like that. And as I grew up, I liked the idea of making it turn to reality, like making it tell stories, to seeing them move and stuff like that. So I like the idea of telling stories, and I feel like through film, it's really like interesting to just see it all happen. I'm not really somebody that likes to be behind camera, but I really do like building stuff up. I've worked on set design. I've worked with costume design, and even sometimes just like a little, not writing, but like concept design of characters. So yeah, I like helping story makers, like writers, make their ideas reality.
I know you mentioned set decorating. Is there a specific movie that has one of your favorite or like inspirational sets?
That's kind of like hard because I don't really look and watch a lot of movies per se, so I couldn't say something specifically. I'm not gonna lie to you here.
You're good.
But I genuinely, the way that I get a lot of my inspiration is just looking around at everyday life. Like even just the people around here, they all have such amazing characteristics and they're all dressed differently. So I like to get inspiration from just observing people.
And then last question, is there like any sort of like 3 pathways that you really want to look into? Yeah.
I'm kind of open to just like learning, like intern, like underneath people that I'm inspired by. I feel like in this industry, it's so important to be able to communicate and talk to people and stuff like that. So I don't really have something specific. I'm just ready, like open to learn. Yeah.
I love that. And that is it. Your name is Giselle, correct? Yeah. Thank you so much.
Hi, this is Giselle Gijosa, and today we are talking with. Hi, Heidi. How are you today? I'm doing great. So I'm excited to talk to you today, and I just wanted to learn more about you. Like, who are you, and what are you inspired by, and what are you looking at?
My name is Heidi. I'm currently a cinema and media arts major at Loyola University. I'm mostly specifically in the directing concentration. I'm really inspired to create and direct films, mostly led by women cast and crew. It's been an honor to work with a lot of really strong and really inspirational women to be there and to just like tell a story and yeah.
That's cool. It's really cool that you're trying to be like that mouth for women in the industry and such like that. What particular like skills do you bring to the table? What's different about you?
I think there's 2 skills that I really like to emphasize. My editing skills. I love to edit before. Like I always thought, directing would just come and just, like just tell where the camera needs to be. But I think when you have a really strong editing focus, you're able to really think like an editor, even on set, and be able to compile all the shots together. Another thing is being able to be really drive and as well as make like all these information that I have in my head be really contested and tell it in a good way. Yeah, like being able to explain whatever it is that's happening in my head.
That's really cool. I really like, because I'm noticing like a pattern that you just really want to be able to put a story together behind editing and letting people like to share other people's stories that don't really have that ability. I think that's really cool. What is like your next goal in this path?
I think my next goal is I really want to work on understand how the industry works specifically during production. I really want to focus on the production office. I want to learn the ins and outs of filmmaking as well as how do people work within that office. I think it's really cool to just be a such office PA and understand how everything is controlled by that office.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I know, like that office is really like incorporating all the things of like bringing in equipment, just allowing the production to run smoothly.
That's really great. Thank you for letting us have you for today. I'm Giselle, and this is
Heidi.
Thank you.
Everybody that may have to leave, please QR code and start filling out the form because I think we're going to run out of time.
Yeah, that's right. And I'll just explain it real quick. This is the Apprenticeship Program sign up instructions. If you are an apprentice, if you want to be an apprentice, if you want to connect to the myriad of resources, there's a lot of layers. Kevin will tell you better than me and really anybody else how many layers of opportunities that there are. But in order to sift and sort through those layers and make the proper connections and be effective, we need to capture you, and we've created a system. I'm the president of Next Level Global Technologies, and this is the platform for the Apprenticeship Program. And these are the sign-up instructions. Step one is to sign up. So there's the QR code. Everybody please get a snap of that. Or the URL is app.nextlevelglobalsolutions.com/HART Dakar. Okay, we'll leave that up on the screen for a moment so everybody can get a shot of it. And you can tell right now when you get that shot and click on it, it opens up a sign-up page. Is anybody able to verify?
Is anybody that can't get to that page?
Thank you, Sonny. Everybody got access to that page, right? So fill out that form. Do it now, in fact.
Right.
Enter the information.
And the most important thing is that if you guys do not fill out this form, one, I can't match up some of the resources. There's definitely money involved, but some of the resources and tickets and access to some of these events that we have coming up. We have a couple of really big private events that I think you guys are definitely going to want to be a part of. And so, again, we just need to know how to, get you guys connected to all these resources. So that's why.
You're not in until you're in. So by all means, please get in. So after you're done with step one, step two is to check your email. So when you're done completing that form, that sign up form, check your email. There's going to be an activation link for you to activate your account. You're going to get an account inside of the platform. After you click that link, you're on to step three, which is set a password. Just choose any password that's best for you, and then you'll be logged in. Once you log in, you want to start step four, which is your onboarding process. There's a video and there's a form there. Watch the video, answer the questions on the form, click submit. Well, at the end of the form, there's an upload your ID as well. Okay, in order to be connected to these programs, it starts with your ID, and then as we plug you into the other programs, they will ask at the federal or state level for other requirements from you, and we'll guide you through that process once you're in. So start with us. So if you can do this process with us, you can do it with the rest of the federal agencies and get access to the resources. So watch the video, complete the form, and once you're done with that, you'll be onboarded and you'll land in the dashboard. And there's going to be more resources that we build out in this platform that you have access to through this dashboard, including courses. There's courses that will take you step by step through the different resources that are available. We're currently building everything out, working with the different agencies to make sure that we have all the proper information to get you guys directly to those resources. We're building systems like this so we can scale. We can not only help you, but you can be the leader that you are and share this wonderful opportunity with folks in your community and invite them in as well. So with that being said, I'll just put the QR code back up in case anybody still needs to snap a shot. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, the two young men that they need to leave, let's do some lightning round introductions. Oh, okay. Okay, so we're gonna lock you up and take the mic. And then, okay, you guys know what to do. And if there's anybody that can't get this process completed, please email me or just pull me to the side. Okay, quiet on the set. Quiet on the set.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Sabrina Laseg, and today I'm here with. And tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and what do you do?
So I'm from Dakar, and I came here from Sri Lanka when I was like 2 years old. My family doesn't really speak very good English, or has like I don't really have that much family out here, so I've been trying to figure out basically everything on my own. So I've been doing a bunch of video, and I've been hosting events, stuff like that, trying to do sort of stuff for the community. And yeah, I'm just very eager to learn and collaborate and do more art stuff.
And what drives you to the creative industry and to want to better your community?
Basically, growing up as a Sri Lankan, I don't really have that much. And so getting into music and art and learning how to sample and doing videos and stuff like that, and learning how to make friends and good connections, I just found a great deal of love here, and I just want to kind of leave an impact and just make art just for the sake of making art. And yeah, kind of what's driving me to be here.
You mentioned doing a lot on your own. What resources have been helpful to you so far in learning, and what resources do you need in order to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish?
YouTube University, having my friends, basically at school and stuff like that, just learning more about basically telling stories and how to connect with others through the lens and through art and music is what's basically getting me to where I am. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but
And what would you say your why is that keeps you going in all of this?
rather do with my life. I've thought about it so much. It's I don't want to do anything else except kind of create and put back out into the world, because unless you let yourself feel love and acceptance, you won't be able to put it out. So yeah, just being part of the community and just kind of broadening your perspective on life. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm Sabrina Laseg, and I just interviewed.
Rolling. Hi, who am I here with today? And who are you?
My name is Sabrina Laseg. I am the founder and CEO of Extinguished Youth Productions. We are
a movie and TV and literary studio based here in Los Angeles. I'm also an actress. I'm a full-time director. I am SAG. I'm DGA of this year, and I'm also a producer and writer.
Being all those things, what has drove you to pursue those passions?
I've been creating since I was a kid. I'd say everything I do feeds into each other. At my production company, we focus on telling stories that raise awareness on sexual assault, trafficking, and women-led stories. And for me, I'm also a political advocate. So getting in those spaces, I think what keeps me going and kind of ties everything together has always been amplifying women's voices as well as underrepresented voices.
Yeah, that's deep. For the community, like how do you see yourself in like 10 years from now? Like that like whole branching off, you know, like
I think 10 years from now, I hope to have passed more legislation, bridge the gap between educating, elevating stories, as well as entertaining, and just continuing to do what I'm doing currently. I think that's always a loaded question because people expect you to say like, I want an Oscar or something. And I mean, who doesn't? But I think for me, it's really just about what we're here today for. It's always been community driven. My company is very focused on giving back as well as like shadowing opportunities and just bridging that gap between legislative journey and entertainment.
that's great. Thank you.
Right. Before we do the next two, I wanted to have an introduction by myself to Ted Miller. Is Ted still in the room? No, he's not. So, one of the things that we're trying to accomplish here is to get you guys better prepared for, if not an interview with an employer, maybe an opportunity to meet an investor, an angel investor, or somebody who's going to partner up with you. And it really, it's not just about, you know, passion. It's really about perfecting your craft, perfecting your persona so that you can actually get better and nailing your story and have people believe in you. So this gentleman that I'm going to bring up next, he's been doing this for quite some time, and he's probably hired more than 1,000 people who've gotten their breaks in the entertainment industry. And so I'll tell you a story real quick. I had a job at ABC already lined up, $80,000 a year. I had to go to his firm to make sure that I could actually pass a test to be able to be an assistant running somebody's desk. Job already in the bag. I went to his firm. I failed the Microsoft test, lost the job. So one of the things he does is he makes sure that everybody's prepared to be able to be the best version of themselves so that he can actually recommend them to a studio or production company. And the people that he recommends are people who are showrunners, film producers. And then when you get a chance to gain their confidence, they hire within. So a lot of the people that he's actually placed are now showrunners and film producers themselves. So without further ado, Ted, can you come up real quick and give us an assessment of what we've done today?
Hello, everyone. Kevin, thank you for having me today. And I always love coming and being a part of what Kevin's a part of. So he wanted me to critique you guys on some of the, especially the Northridge students that came up and how you interviewed and what you did right, what you did wrong. There's no one way necessarily interview. And one doesn't necessarily make it right and the other one doesn't make it wrong. There are things that you can do that make it better or don't interview so great, but there's no really right or wrong in it. And the reason there's no really right or wrong in it is because people are different. You can interview with someone from a representative from ABC one day, and then the next day interview with someone from NBC, and those two people are totally different. And they're looking for totally two different things. If you interview with someone and you look like their ex-boyfriend, you're pretty much done before you even open your mouth. You know, so most of you did well. I think it's really important when you're interviewing that you do speak up, you know, and project your voice. But don't feel like you have to be performing. Don't feel like you have to be on. I think that's the biggest mistake that young people make is, okay, I got to get ready and I got to do this and I got to do that, you know, and so they constantly make mistakes because they're overthinking it. So I've been working on this book for years. So I just want to share a paragraph with you for those of you that are seriously looking for work and concerned about the economy and where you're going and where you're going to be in the next few years. Well, I would lose my space on that. Stay with me. This is just a small point. It says, this is my writing. It is mathematically impossible for a 20-year. Well, let me start by saying this. The reason I'm reading this to you is because the mindset of the recent college graduates and how they're perceived. Now, you may disagree with me about you, but I'm telling you how you're perceived because I talk to HR people all the time. You're entitled. You don't want to do anything. You have only your vision in mind, and you don't have their vision in mind. This is the perception they have. So you'll either confirm that perception or you'll diffuse it based upon a series of questions that they're going to ask you. So with that in mind, it is mathematically impossible for a 20-year-old, a college graduate, to know more than someone who has lived twice their age. To get the full benefit of this book, you must first die. Die to your own thoughts, hopes, goals, and dreams. You must first make the interviewer feel and believe that they are more important than you and your dreams. When all is said and done, the interview is no more than a conversation between you and the interviewer or interviewers. An exchange of thoughts, experiences, ideas, and words. A conversation about you as a primary focus and your hopes and dreams and goals. Don't make the mistake in thinking the interview is all about you, your dreams and your goals and your realities. Oh no, it's about finding out what your goals and dreams are for the sole reason of not hiring you if your dreams and goals don't align with their vision. This is why they ask about your goals and your dreams. So don't be naive in thinking this interview is all about you, because it's not. It's all about them. It's always all about them. Employers hire for one reason: to fulfill their need. That is, they have a need and they are interviewing you in hopes of you being the one to resolve the challenges and fulfill their need. So I think that's the biggest mistake that most people make is if you're interviewing with me, I have a position available and I already have in mind the things that I want that person to do that I'm hiring. And so I'll engage you in a series of questions to locate you. So let's say I'm the senior VP of development at Warner Brothers, and you're an aspiring writer, director, and producer. And I sit down with you and I ask you, so what are your goals? What do you want to do? You're like, well, I really want to be a writer. Really? Now I'm going to encourage you. So have you written anything? Yeah, I have a couple of scripts. I'm trying to sell them now. You know, I'm trying to pitch them and sell them. And really, so how long you been writing? You know, what are they about? All along, they're like, this person's not going to work for me. They want to write and produce. So I had one young lady that actually happened to at TNT. She was temping that position for 3 months, and she interviewed for it. And later she called me and I asked her how the interview went, and she said, well, the first part of it went well, and then the second part of it, she said the executive asked me what I wanted to do, and I told him I wanted to be the next Shonda Rhimes. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be the next Shonda Rhimes, but a network executive oversees the shows that the Shonda Rhimes produces. So in their mind, if I hire you as an aspiring writer or director, when those producers come in, you're not going to pay attention to me. You're going to try to network and build those relationships out there. So that doesn't mean that you don't take that job, but it does mean that you don't have to be so quick to share your aspirations and your deep dreams with everyone. They just don't need to know. because you'll bury an opportunity where you can really grow and where you can really learn and where you can have people that will go and network and speak on your behalf. A lot of this industry is relationships. And you see crap on TV because it's relationships, you know, and they have relationships with people and they greenlight this stuff and spend millions of dollars, you know, of a show that you just saw another show like that 3 weeks ago with a different company. And so what you really want is you want favor with people. You know, you don't really need to work on trying to get people to like you. You really need to work on trying to get people to respect you. If they respect you and they don't like you, they'll take you where they're going because they respect you. If they really like you, they'll party with you, but they won't take you where they're going. So what you really want is you want to find out, if you're interviewing for me, Ted, what do you need? What do you want? What are you looking for in a person? What kind of person do you need to do this job? Those are the questions you really want to know. And quite honestly, people in general, they just talk too much. I mean, most people aren't going to tell you it the way I'm telling you, but it's just true. Nobody interested in listening to you talk that long. They're just not. But they're going to entertain you because now they know who they don't want to hire. So a lot of times when I go out to different places or when I'm speaking on panels, sometimes that's hard because I listen what people say and I listen to the hunger of the students that are graduating and what they want to know. And the panelist is only telling them all the things to glorify themselves. They're not even really answering the question that the student has. And so I don't really care about that per se. You know, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So sometimes I can say it really raw and sometimes I can't say it really raw and I have to kind of dance around it a little bit. Sometimes I can't say anything at all because then it look like I put down the other panelists. So I say nothing at all. If you don't come up and ask me, then I ain't giving you an answer. So that's hard for me because I'm a people person. And I like engaging with people and I like people being educated and I like people understanding who they need to be. So for one job, you need to be a different person. For another job, you need to be a totally different person. And so you'll see people on panels like, be yourself. Don't be yourself in that situation. Please don't be yourself, you know, because that's not going to work with that group. So if you're interviewing for a bunch of legal attorneys, you might want to wear a suit and tie. You might not want to show all your tats with short sleeves, tennis shoes, jeans with holes in them. You may not want to dress like that. So when you get hired, dress the way you want. You're hired now. They can't just let you go. But when you're pursuing it, I always talk, it's a lot like dating. It's a lot like you're the bachelor, you're a bachelorette. And you're going to get $200,000 if you become, there's 6 of you. If you're in the top 3, you get $200,000. And you know, you love kittens. You have 2 of them at home. But the bachelor doesn't like cats. And then he asks you a question about cats. Your answer should be, oh, they leave fur balls everywhere. You know, isn't that terrible? You don't have to necessarily say, I hate them, but he doesn't even know you have 2 at home, you know, because you're seeking for a prize. And so people get so selfish in their pursuit and they get so caught up in themselves. And so life is really a whole lot better if you take on dreams of other people. Doesn't mean that your dream dies, but your dream's just not important today. Just put it on the side and just take on my dream. If you work on my dream, you'll have access to all the people I have access to. You know, we own an entertainment employment agency, and my wife used to work for the chairman of NBC and the chairman of Paramount Pictures. So I'll say this and then I'll be done here. And so I was playing baseball. I got drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals. I was playing professional baseball at Biola University. And when she came up with the concept of executive temps, she went to the president of NBC and he wrote a letter to the head of finance to meet with me so we can launch this agency. Now, I didn't know, but I learned later he was a bigot. The VP of finance was a straight out bigot. And I had an encounter with him and it wasn't good. But had Brandon Tartikoff, who was the president of NBC, not written that letter, that guy would have never met with me. He would have never met with me. My business wouldn't have existed. Not at NBC, it wouldn't have. But she found favor. And so when we would go she would come with me when we go play ball for 6 months. And in the summer, she'd come back and she would temp. And who she really found favor with was after Brandon left and he went to Paramount, it was Warren Littlefield. And we were financing the business on our own. So that means she got paid on Thursdays, I picked up her check and I paid the 3 employees on Thursday. They weren't paying me till 90 days later. So for about a year, for 4 years, but for a year, I didn't take a salary. And all that money I just put right back into executive Tim's. And so my wife, Stacy, was talking with the president's first assistant, Patty, and she said, you guys need to meet with Warren. He needs to help you guys. So she goes to him. Next thing, I found myself in the following week in a meeting with the president of NBC. And his question to me was, how much money you guys need? I needed 20,000, but I didn't have the courage to ask for 20. I only had the courage to ask for 10. And so I said 10,000. And before I could really even get it out of my mouth, he said, okay, just you do me a favor, stay together. And if you don't have to pay me interest on it. If I get interest, pay the interest, but you don't have to pay me anything extra. Just let me know when you need and I'll have a check for you the next day. So about 6 months, I went to him. I need 5,000. Then I paid the 5,000 back. I need 6,000. Then I paid 6,000. I need 3,000. And I was doing that like almost every other week. Finally, he says, like, Ted, look, you don't have to pay me back each week. Just, your limit's 10. You can save it. If you pay me back a month later, that's fine. Don't worry about it. And so for additional 6 months later, I continued to go and borrow. And then after that, I didn't need it anymore. But the reason we were able, because our payroll kept increasing from 1,000 a week to 2,000 to 3,000 a week to 5,000 a week to 6,000 a week. And so my business was growing, but I didn't make any money because it was taking 90 days before I got paid. But the point that I want to make is she had favor. And she had favor because she served. She didn't have favor because she was trying to ask them to promote her and to build her. So a lot of times people don't realize the power of humility and the power of serving. It is powerful. I use it all the time. I use it even when I don't have to use it. I use it with people I don't even have to impress. I'll hide in the back of the room and no one will know who I am. So I'm not out there like that trying to let everyone know this is who I am, this is what I do. But the reality is what God has entrusted in me, I can change your life. I don't like saying that in front of a whole lot of people because then people want me to change their lives. but I've been blessed, especially in the early years, to really create some spaces. So there's a girl by the name of Erica Olson. She's on KCAL, and she's the face of KCAL. We placed her at CBS as in accounting. She was doing a data entry accounting job, and now she's the face of KCAL. I saw her. I was watching it last night, and she's doing a Toyota commercial. And there's Erica Olson with the girl from the famous girl that on all those Toyota commercials. She's with her talking about Toyota and NFL, and Super Bowl. This Super Bowl, and then Super Bowl, I think it was 22. A company called Jesse Collins Entertainment. His president is Dion. I placed Dion with Jesse about 10 years ago. Now she's the president of Jesse Collins Entertainment. They do BET Image Awards, Super Bowl, Grammys. I believe they even done. I don't think they've done the Oscars, but they may have done the Emmys. I mean, he's huge, and hundreds of people that are now executives in the industry, that are controlling the content of what you and I see on TV. So for those of you who are reaching college grads, your dream's not hard. It's not hard to accomplish. Trust me, it's not. I placed them. They're now executives. So all of them weren't just brainiacs. But the power that I think that they all possess was the power to yield and the power to serve. And it gives you favor. And when you have favor with people who have the ability to change your life, they'll change your life. So, and you can do this without compromising your integrity. I mean, I've had run-ins as a business owner with people that, okay, I'm not doing business with them because I told them pretty much where to go and what to do, in the kindest way that I could. So, but if you're going to have integrity in whatever you do, some relationships you might lose. And quite honestly, they're worth losing. It's not always about money, but it's about influence and whose life can you affect. So my passion is really to teach the next generation, on who you need to be and things you need to do to accomplish your goals. Your goals they're much more easy to accomplish than you think. It's just you don't know the people who can connect you and make it happen. So, but if you serve people, I'm not talking about punking out and just kissing down to people, but I'm talking about just putting your dreams aside. If you do that, then usually you'll gain favor from it. So just know that you're worthy of every dream that you have in your heart. So thanks for listening, guys.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, 1, 2.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna let these two. I know you have to leave. You have to leave right now. Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do is, and you have to leave right now.
No, I need to lead though, but somebody go ahead.
Yeah, because these yeah, I'm gonna have you guys interview yourselves because we want to know a lot more about you as a group, as an individual, as well as as the organization, and how we can actually figure out collaboration or any points of contact.
It's supposed to shoot like this.
Okay. Do you want to do it on my shirt? I can take my pepper off.
Oh, okay. No, but then you're gonna put this on again?
It's gonna hit.
Yeah.
So I'll just take it off.
No, but it's probably it's gonna make your shirt hanging down.
Oh.
I think just one picture.
Yeah, it's an oily.
Yeah. Just lead us and then.
Okay, well, really quick.
Okay.
2 minutes left.
Hello everyone. Hello. Testing.
Hello. I don't think this one works, but it's okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joey Alain. We are with an organization called Kids in the Spotlight. We've been in existence for 15 plus years. I'll get more on who we are.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Yanira. I'm the Workforce Development Coordinator at Kids in the Spotlight. I work closely with Joey. And I'll let you share a little bit about our mission.
Yes. So we started 15 years ago out of a group home. Our main focus was allowing youth in foster care an opportunity to write, cast, and create their own short films. Over the years, we've grown. In 15 years, now we've expanded not just to foster youth transitioning out of foster care, but the opportunity youth where we do a 10-week program. It's a free program for youth between the ages of 18 to 24 to register. It's called our Script to Screen program. And one of the things that we do is that as you're learning on how to write a script, how to shoot your short film, you're getting paid for the opportunity. So what's exciting about this year is we're going on our second year of acquiring a production studio in Van Nuys. It's a 5,300 square foot production studio where industry professionals come and they rent out the space to shoot their projects. And while they're shooting their projects, one of the things that we have in place is that they hire 2 PAs to work on their set. So you that go through our programs, that's a part of them like earning and learning. You have a chance to work on the production set and get that firsthand experience. One of the things that's really interesting about the production studio as well is that the owner, Taiji Charity, we identified the original deed. And in the original deed, it stated that no person of color, of African American or Asian descent should ever own this property. And Taiji Charity is an African American woman that owns this production studio. And our main focus is really providing opportunities for Black and Brown youth in the city. The industry is a hard profession to get in. And one of the things that we are doing is breaking those barriers by not only providing those opportunities for you to come and learn how to write their script, learn how to develop a short film, but provide opportunities at the studio where they could learn. And lastly, for me, one of the things that we are also excited about is that the different partnerships that we are establishing with like community colleges and universities, where we're working on a cooperative education model that when you come and intern with us, that you'll be able to earn college credit. So imagine that you're earning college credit, you're getting the experience and the education, and you're meeting mentors, professionals in the industry that will help you get jobs. And I'll let Yunara just close us out talking a little bit about the video editing apprenticeship that we just launched.
Yeah. So through that script to screen program that Joey was talking about, a lot of the youth expressed interest in becoming producers and directors. And as we know, being a director and a producer, that's a pretty lofty dream because it's very hard to get into those roles and those positions if you don't know someone, if you're not connected to someone. I mean, it's very nepo baby sort of industry. And so in order to get our youth into those positions or get them closer to getting into those positions, we figured why not start a registered apprenticeship program around like video editing, dolly grip work, gaffers. And so through this video editing apprenticeship program that we're developing, we're hoping to help our youth get direct pathways into the industry in a way that's a lot more feasible, that'll sort of help them get there. Because again, we serve former foster youth, formerly incarcerated youth, and like otherwise opportunity youth. And so they do need a little bit more time a lot of times to develop those professional skills and to develop those sort of emotional skills that you need to have in order to be in such a tough industry like the entertainment industry.
And together we achieve more. So I know, Kevin, thanks for inviting us. And I know you're starting your apprenticeship program, so it's not a competition. One of the things that how we position ourselves with our partners is that if you're signing up for an apprenticeship program through the Dakar Foundation, we'll say, hey, how can we support the work that this apprenticeship is doing and work together? So we'll look at the schedule and say, okay, we're not going to do an apprenticeship program at the same time you're doing it. Let's support one another. Let's work with you in establishing and pushing forward. And then we'll provide our space as a resource as we go. And that's how we build. Together we achieve more, especially in this climate. We have to work together. So we're looking forward to exploring partnerships and getting to know you. Hopefully this isn't the last time that we are connecting, and you're always welcome to visit our studio in Venice.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So you guys have apprenticeship, registered apprenticeship, right?
No,
We're developing.
We're developing.
Yeah. Okay, what about pre-apprenticeship?
No, it's our script and screen program, and it's not a quick.
Okay, so registered apprenticeship in development, right?
Yes.
But what about pre-apprenticeship?
We don't have one. We didn't see it. So we have something that sort of works in a very similar way that the apprenticeship program works, but we decided not to go through that.
Okay, so I have a registered pre-apprenticeship and a registered apprenticeship, and that's where we can really work together.
Yeah, I
That's
love
really career exploration, career discovery for people starting at the age of 14. Learn to learn.
I mentioned it to Ty Kevin, I owe her a follow-up. I was telling Kevin about her too. I actually visited. Let's take a picture so I can send it. Yes. I owe her a follow-up. I visited kids and toured the production facility. It was absolutely amazing. I'm a former foster care child as well, so yeah, I was absolutely just taken back by all the great work. How many years they've been doing it? And they have their own award shows, everything. I mean, these kids are making real films, you know?
Man, so
yeah.
Man, thank you guys so much for coming. And I mean, hey, come on, family. We got a camera. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do the rest of you guys. That's something you want to do it now. Oh yeah. Can we take a picture together? Oh yeah. Cool.
camera. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. That's one.
Hollywood.
So hardest family picture I've ever seen.
Okay, let's take the next two people up.
Thank you.
We're both movies. I got somebody on camera. Come on. You two? Okay. In 2 minutes, I'm going to give you guys a wrap.
That's a good question. Are you gonna do one right now?
No, we're going to do some more.
Actually, I'll take 2 minutes.
Okay. Quiet on the set if you can. You guys can step out if you need to converse.
Mic check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Closer, this one because I changed the. That's perfect.
1 2 1 2. One 2. 1 2 1.